Greetings, YouTube friends. It's Joyce from Moore's Patch of Heaven Homestead, and today I'm going to show you how to do some ferments. Okay, fermenting has been one of those things that I have loved for many years. Fermented foods are so good for the gut. They're so healthy for you and so simple. I wanted to show you just a few recipes that I'm going to ferment today, and I wanted to show you the Mason Top Complete Mason Jar Fermenting Kit. This is simply amazing. It has in it the Pickle Pebbles. It comes with a little fermenting cookbook, which is wonderful. And then these are the pebbles. They're like little weights that you put in top of the jar. I'll show you how that works. And then the pipes. These are the pickle pipes. And these are the lids that go on the top. And you just squeeze it and then it burps it. Because when you ferment and you don't have these, which you don't have to have these, sometimes you'll have to burp to get the gases out because we are fermenting and it creates gas. But these are amazing. And then we've got the little pickle packer, and this is what we will pack our ferments down with so that we can get more in the jar. This is something that I also use for sauerkraut. It has been so amazing when I'm mashing down my sauerkraut. This works perfect. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. This is wonderful. You can get this on Amazon. It's called Mason Tops, the Complete Mason Jar. And I will leave that in the description below for you so that if you are interested, you can get that. It just makes a little bit, things a little bit easier when you're fermenting to kind of have this stuff available. But anyway, today I'm going to ferment red onions, which are simply amazing when you ferment them. Pickled red onions are amazing as well, but fermented is just that much better for you. And then I'm also going to do all these peppers. These all came out of the garden. Some of them are small, but I needed to use them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start cutting them, and then I'm going to put them in my jars, and I'll just show you how I do that. Try not to get the seeds in there because those aren't they're not so yummy. And so we just cut them up into pieces like this and just start filling your jar. And you can add in here if you want. You can add onions, you can add garlic, whatever tickles your fancy. But my kiddos, I had never done bell peppers before, and I had a bunch, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to ferment them and see what happens. And I put a jar on the dinner table one night. Well, that jar was devoured immediately. They absolutely loved it. So I figured that was a big hit. You know, you're always trying to get fermented foods in your children's diets because the probiotics are so good. Well, this is one way. And to think, well, we like bell peppers anyhow, but it's just not a favorite to just snack on like that in dishes. But this worked out amazing. Fermented bell peppers at the dinner table to go with dinner, and it was a hit. So I'd highly recommend it. And you could put, like I said, onions and garlic, or, for different ferments for your onions. You could put basil in there. You could put different, to just kick it up a notch. The options are endless. And see, I'm just going to add the red in with the green because I have them available. This is the end, I think, of my peppers in the garden, so I thought I'm going to try to use them up so that they don't get wasted. We use them in stir fries and stuff, but we don't usually just sit and eat them raw like this, so fermented is really the way to go. I'm going to continue chopping here. Going to add some color. This is going to be so pretty. I just love the different colors of bell pepper. They say that the more color a vegetable has, I don't know if this is true or not, but they say the more nutrients and stuff it has. And something about the purple vegetables is supposed to be really good for you. But then again, all vegetables are. But for some reason, we got just a few of the purple. I don't really taste a difference. So, and they're green on the inside, which is funny. But I'm just going to continue filling this up. And then we will put it on our, actually, I have always put mine on the counter. Our kitchen isn't real lit. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Some people say to put it in a dark place to let it ferment. I guess you can do whatever you think works for you. I've done it on my counter before. I have done it in a dark place. So either is fine, but I think they do say to put it, you know, have it at least not in direct light. And so we will just let it ferment, and what you do is you will check it, you know, from time to time, and you'll know when it tastes good to you. You know, the longer you let it go, it can become a little bit more tangy. But you know, some people like it that way. I don't mind. And ferments, if you leave them like in your root cellar or in a dark place, they can go for a very, very long time. So, and you know, fermented foods versus canned foods, fermented foods are so much more healthy because you keep all the nutrients. We're not cooking any of it down. It stays raw like this. Look how pretty that is, guys. Oh my goodness, with all the different colors, I just love it. And so then what I would do is take the little packer here, and then we can, as you can tell, you can pack it down so that you can put more in there. And it's amazing how much you can get in there. Look at how many bell peppers I used. I'm just excited to be able to have used, you know, most of them. And I like to leave them in big rough chunks like that because they just are so yummy. Oops, that was a little too big. They're just so yummy to pick out and eat. And we like a lot of Asian dishes, and so this would go perfect with your rice dishes. But you know what? You can eat it with anything. So give this a try, guys. Who would have thought fermented bell peppers? But they are so delicious. Okay, I think I can put a little bit more in there. And then we're going to add our brine. Don't really like the seeds in there. It's completely different when I ferment the jalapenos. We've got a ton of jalapenos here that I'm going to ferment as well, and I have been fermenting those for a long time now, and we love them. We eat them with all of our Mexican food, and just to even put them on a sandwich. They stay a little bit hotter, but you know what? Who doesn't need a little heat every now and then? Heat's a good thing. Okay, I think we are good here. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my warm water. It doesn't have to be warm, but it'll help the salt dissolve. And I'm going to put, for a quart like this, I'm going to put 4 teaspoons. Sounds like a lot of salt, but it really isn't. And we use pink Himalayan salt just because we like the minerals that are in there. You can use, you know, whatever salt you like on your homestead, you know, just use that. I don't recommend like regular iodized table salt because, you know, it's lacking in minerals and stuff. So now I'm just going to stir this around and make sure that the salt is all dissolved. Yep, and then I'm going to just pour it in here like so. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more water to top that off. Okay, I'm going to pack it down. Don't think I need to pack it too much more. And then I'm going to get my little, you have to remember what it's called. It's called a pebble, pickle pebble. And we'll put that right on top there. And then let me get a, okay, oh, and one of these, and the pipes, the pickled pipes. Okay, and so what we do is we're just going to put that on there like so. I think Actually, I think I may have filled it just a hair. I'm going to bring a little bit of it down. Yeah, there we go. We need to at least have the rim, because otherwise it may explode. And I knew that. Okay, so here we go. And then we'll just squeeze it like that. Look how beautiful that is, guys. That is simply amazing. So that's our first. And the onion. Okay. Gonna start with our red onions. I don't know about you guys, but red onions are my favorite. I love them on sandwiches. Just love them just like this. And fermented red onions are the bomb. They are so good. You will love them. Okay. Who would have thought, you know, fermenting an onion, but oh, it's delicious. Okay. Okay, so again, with the onion, you can do it in slices, you can do it in chunks. It really does not matter. So I'm just going to chunk it up because we are just going to take it out of here and just enjoy it on dishes, you know, different rice dishes, just like this. See that? You just take it out, and I mean, if you wanted, you could do it fancy to put, you know, rings to put on sandwiches, but it's harder to stick in the jar. Oh boy, here it goes. We may end up crying through this because it's really a strong red onion. Okay, I'm gonna get through this. One eye closed. Okay, there's one. I'm going to wash my hands, try to get some of this off so I can continue with my second onion, because otherwise I may be crying, guys. And if so, you'll know why. It makes me very sad to cut up a red onion. Hey guys, I had to get some help for that second onion. It was bad. As you can tell, I'm crying here. That was so strong. I have very sensitive eyes, and when it comes to onions, it's almost impossible to not cry for me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the salt. Not sure if I have enough salt here or not. Okay, we need 4 teaspoons. You all have to try fermenting. You will love it. It is so good for the probiotics. It is simply amazing. Do your research. Don't take my word for it. Do your research on how good ferments are for you. You know, it seems like all disease stems from the gut. You have a healthy gut, you tend to not catch what everybody else is getting, what's going around. And by doing lots of probiotics, prebiotics, you seem to, you know, keep that gut healthy, and then you ward off everything, the flu, you know, those colds, everything else. It all stems in the gut here. So by doing your ferments, you are helping your body out so much. Okay, I think that was perfect. Stomp it down just a little. I think that one worked out perfect. Okay, we're going to put another little pipe on there. Oops, forgot my little weight. Okay, put that in there and shove it down a little bit. And see what that does is it weighs everything down, keeps the vegetables below the surface so that it can start fermenting. And then, you know, every now and then you can just come along and just go like this, because there's a little hole in the top, and that will release the gas. But really, you don't even have to, because that little hole's there, it kind of does it itself, but you can. So what you'll want to do is put, you know, your beautiful jars, look how pretty those are, in your root cellar, and they'll stay for quite a long time. Yeah, it's kind of like canning, just putting what you'll do though when it's done is you'll take this off and you'll just put a regular seal on there, a regular lid. So this is just for the fermenting process. So once the ferment is done, you will take this off and then you'll put a regular lid on there, and then tighten it, you know, finger tight of course, and then stick it in your root cellar, maybe in the back of your pantry. It really should be a cool place. Cool, dark place is where the ferments will stay the best. Not like canned jars that you can just stick in your pantry shelf. I don't think that that would be a good idea. I think that you need to keep them where it's nice and dark, because these are fresh vegetables. They have not been cooked. They have been, you know, the salt has gone in there and done its thing and preserved it, but they do best when it's in a dark, cool place. Anyway, do your research on fermenting. You will be amazed at what you can ferment. I'm going to do another video on sauerkraut, because that's one of our favorites, and just kind of show you how we do sauerkraut. But I'm going to end for now. I hope that you will give it a try. You will love it. It is simply amazing. If you like what you see, tell a friend. It'll help grow our channel. And until next time, God bless you.